What's up, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and Mia Thornton from the Real Housewives of Potomac recently sat down with Page Six to discuss what was the breaking point for her to file for divorce from Gordon and her upcoming wedding plans to her old high school boo, Inc. Let's see what she got to say, and of course, I will be giving my opinion. Let's check it out.
I do applaud you for being so vulnerable on the show. I mean, on this last episode, we learned that Gordon emptied your bank account to keep you from, pursuing a divorce. You explained that he was combative at home, that, maybe you guys, your ideas of intimacy and romance didn't align. What would you say was the breaking point for you that sort of pushed you to actually filing? Because it seemed like you really put in the work to keep it together for 11 years.
Yeah, my breaking points, because we're trying to work it out. Like, you guys get to see that we're trying to go through counseling, and that was very real. And I want to say my breaking point is when he publicly decided to shame, and I said, okay, this is not what we're doing, and I filed. Yeah, I did, because I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and get this clock rolling. And I just don't want to be a part of it. I would never publicly, here's Gordon going to a platform and publicly shaming me. And I was over on this end with my team trying to figure out how to make sure that we didn't shame him back. Like, how do we make sure that I'm trying to reel him in, and we need to work together. For as a family, we have these beautiful babies that we're raising, and being a mom is number one for me.
One that might not be his.
Very proud to hold that title of being super mom, and we have happy kids. I want them to stay happy. And unfortunately, with social media, if they were to see dad continuously publicly shaming mommy, it just doesn't sit well in my heart.
No, and how is, because like you said, you're really focusing on keeping the kids happy, keeping everything as normal as it can be. How is that navigation going between you two right now?
Yeah, so actually it's going well. It is now. And hopefully it stays that way. Okay. And, I don't keep the kids away from Gordon. I do want him to be a huge part of their lives. I do want them to remain the kids' hero. That's their dad. And so when I told him, I said, hey, if you don't get with the program, then you're going to put me in a position to where, you're not going to see your kids. So pick a side. And
so he got with the program?
He got with the program. Yeah.
Okay.
That's business. Good to know. Yeah, for sure.
Good. Well, as you are navigating all of that and trying to get through the divorce of it all, you also have a new man in your life. You're in your hashtag Mi Amor era, and it seems like you and Incognito are just so in love. What is the latest with your relationship? Everyone's talking about an April wedding.
Yeah. Okay, so there is not a wedding in April. Okay, 444 is an angel number that he and I share. It's what we feel represents our connection, and he is a new old boo. He's an old new boo, or whichever way you're gonna say. He's a reboot. Yeah, I spun the block. I went in the vault. I dusted one off, and I tried again, and it's working really well. I decided to go ahead and go into the vault before I decided to go outside because it's scary outside. Okay, and it's working out great. And he's amazing in so many ways, and he's my high school sweetheart. We went to prom together. He knows Mia. And without all of the exterior, he knows the core, and he, he's just, I'm just happy he's back in the mix. He has his own show. So he's a syndicated radio personality, and he's in over 20 markets. Ooh. So he's doing, he's booked and busy flying in, trying to keep up with little old me. And I'm loving it.
I got a lot to say.
And I love, too, that you said he's an old new boo.
He's old.
So that means that Jacqueline must have known when you guys were together. And obviously we're watching on the show you and Jacqueline starting to repair your relationship. When you told her, or I don't know how you told her, Okay, so remember?
So Jacqueline loves ink. Yeah, she does. She's like, I'm so glad finally. Like, I feel like you guys are supposed to be together. Your souls match. When you're with him, you're so happy. You were so happy when you guys were together when we were kids. And so, yeah, we're all good friends. Yeah.
Wow, oh, I love that. So if there is a wedding, it's not happening in April, but if there is one, is Jacqueline the maid of honor?
Ah, that's a good question. So Jacqueline will definitely be in the wedding.
In the wedding,
yes.
but not.
So, okay, so a wedding is like on the brain.
A wedding is on the brain.
Oh my god!
But I have to do a little thing called get a divorce first.
Oh,
you know?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Just a little thing. Yes.
Do you feel like you're closer to reaching any sort of like settlement or finalization? Like, where are you in the process? I know you mentioned that it's only getting worse, which I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. No, so Gordon and I have pretty much already agreed on what the divorce proceedings are going to look like. And hopefully he stays in that agreement. And then we'll be good. You know, I do want us to remain good friends, and I want Gordon to be a huge part of my life. You know, we do have young kids together, so I'm kind of stuck with him at least until they get turn 18, right?
Not stuck.
So I want it to be a good stuck with someone.
Yes. An amicable stuff.
You know, like, and you know, we do hang out. Gordon and I do go on dates. When I say dates, like we're going out to eat to talk about the kids, or to talk about business, or to talk about, you know, whatever's going on. We are good friends, and I want to keep it that way.
That's really like I feel like that's a very mature way to divorce, because you don't hear that happening a lot.
Yeah.
Have there been triple dates with you, Gordon Inc., or?
Yes.
And those go well?
It's going well. Yeah. We brought in New Year's together with all the kids, and it was a beautiful thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And now, because you and Ashley both navigating divorces at the same time, do you guys text at all about advice? Because it seems like you kind of are having all the ducks in a row lined up, and Ashley is she's even saying she's kind of dragging her feet along. Are you trying to push her to the finish line?
I want her to finish. Like, what are we doing here at this point? Like, girl, how long are you going to stay separated? You know, just go for it. Like, you know, but everybody's different. Everybody navigates, you know, life. And, you know, I really feel like with Ashley, she has a lot of like insecurities on if she can do it by herself. I don't share that. I'm like, I got this. I'm going to, you know, I was doing well before Gordon. I'm going to do great after Gordon. Okay. I think I was making more before Gordon. I mean, you know, steak and lobster is pretty expensive, you guys.
You know it. Mia, I was just thinking, you're part of a very, I guess we could call it like an elite class of Bravo breakups. I mean, within 1 year, we had like Tom and Ariana, Carl and Lindsay, Kyle and Mauricio, Gordon and Mia. Have you been sort of paying attention to any of the other Bravo breakups? Does it feel like you're maybe more connected to those stories because you're also going through the same thing?
No, I have not been keeping up. I have heard, but quite frankly, I can't keep up with my own. I don't know if I want to like take on anybody else's energy. I'm like, girl, like just do it. Like everybody just figure it out. Okay. And no, I have not been keeping up, but I think the only thing that I have heard that I thought was interesting was Kyle, like potentially being with a girl. And I was like, oh, okay, I can see that.
That's why she got the first seat. At the reunion. That is exactly why. Because Mia is wild, okay? Wild. First off, I need for Mia to lay off the fillers. Dial it back some, okay? Her face is really different from last season. She's gotten lip fillers and fillers in her cheeks and stuff. And it's starting to get that like squishy doll face type of action. Enough with the fillers, Mia. Enough. And it's making her look a little older, you know, and not so fresh faced, you know. The one thing that really stuck out for me was when she said that she told Gordon that if he didn't get on board or get it together, basically, that he wouldn't be able to see the kids. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, because whatever y'all got going on shouldn't have anything to do with him being able to see his children or not. I don't like when people use kids as a weapon during marital problems, relationship issues, or whatever. Like, y'all got enough going on with them kids. Like, threatening to not let him see the kids is a bit much for me. You know, I don't think that's right. I really honestly don't. She gagged me when she said that they still go on dates. I was like, what? Y'all saw me pause like, what you say now? What you say? But she cleared that up real quick. She said they talking about the kids. And the fact that they all spent New Year's Eve together. Wow. That is an understanding bunch there. It's so much history with these three. Like, she was with Ink since high school, met Gordon, cheated on Ink with Gordon, got with Gordon, was still cheating with Ink, married him, still cheated, baby might be his, went they separate ways, back together, spending new, like, you can't make this mess up. Like, this need to be a television show. Like, bravo, get back to doing scripted television, because this is insanity. I mean, it's good for everybody, the kids and stuff, to see the parents and Ink coming together as one for the sake of the children. I just need to know, is the oldest child Ink's or not? Is the baby Ink's? Is it Gordon's? Is it somebody else's child? Because with Mia, you just never know. Okay, it needs to be a DNA test done on all the kids now at this point. But that little girl looked just like her dad. She looked just like Gordon. Woo! Mia is a mess. A mess. Okay. Now, she got her nerves though, talking about she had to, her end point was when Gordon went to TMZ. Girl, you have said some of the most shadiest, inappropriate things on this show about that man. And you mad because he went to TMZ? Girl, you was out the door anyway. Let's not even go there. But like you've said on the show, I might be a gold digger. I might be with him for his money. I might have cheated. Like, girl. So then you want to get mad when he give you a dose of your own medicine, Mia? Two can't play that game. That's not fair, my love. Not fair at all. Yeah, Mia is a mess. Mia is a mess, honey. She is a Barbie girl in her own Barbie world. The world revolves around Mia, obviously. And these men are in her orbit. Child. Like I said, she is my idol. I want to be like her when I grow up, ma'am, because she a real true G. Okay?
You know what's so interesting? Because what I love about Housewives is that
it's so interesting because I feel like as the season is wrapping up, there is so much focus and attention on your relationship with Gordon. I just kind of want to go back to the last episode during that therapy session. I felt like so much was said with Gordon's words, and then so much was said on your face. It felt like it felt like it wasn't aligning with what he was saying. What was that moment like for you watching it back? And can you sort of tell us what was going on in your mind as he was like, this is a great relationship?
Which part of it all? There's a lot to unfold when it comes to, Gordon and I's separation. The feelings that I'm feeling when he's talking, I'm like, okay, like, reel it back in, okay? Team too much. Going through a separation is very hard anyway. And so to have to do it on camera, it's like harder because of course we're having to relive what was said. And there was a lot that was said. I'm like, okay, so just fillet it on a platter, put it all out there, got it, which I'm okay with. I don't like that it's coming out in that manner. I don't like to argue with Gordon, but we have been arguing a lot. It's a relationship.
You know what's so interesting? Because what I love about Housewives is that it's a show you can watch a lot of times with your mom. So I was watching that episode with my mom,
Yeah.
And as she did couples counseling, did not work for that. And when Gordon walked in, she said, pause it.
Oh.
He's a narcissist. I was like, whoa, Mom. Because she said that he kind of just gave the vibe of, everything's fine. What are you talking about? And she said that's what happened with her. So I was wondering if my mom kind of wanted me to ask you if that's also how you experienced it.
Okay. Oh my God, dear Lord. Okay, tell her, what were you doing for Christmas? I had to add it to Christmas list. So, yeah, I try not to label people. I try. But, yeah, I think I learned that 10 years ago when I first got married a little bit, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. And being with someone who, you try to navigate. And then, honestly, I will say that I have been navigating around Gordon and then probably looking like the wild loose cannon, trying to keep him safe and, keep him on a pedestal. I don't like to publicly slander my kids' fathers. You guys have never heard me say anything bad about my first husband. I didn't want to get to a point where, we were having to do this so publicly. I just don't want the kids to ever have to go, but unfortunately it's out there now, and of course we decided to do a reality TV show. And one of the things that we agreed to do is
she said my kids' fathers. Wait a minute, girl.
My kids' fathers. You guys have never heard me say anything bad about my first husband. I didn't want to get to a point where, we were having to do this so publicly. I just don't want the kids to ever have to go, but unfortunately it's out there now, and of course we decided to do a reality TV show. And one of the things that we did agree to do is to be transparent, and it's happening, and Gordon does very much so. He's not a bad guy. I think he's a great guy. I just think that he has some challenges that he's dealing with. And as he's growing older, to his really big age, I don't know what it is. It's up there. I have the AARP card. That's all I know. It's just getting worse, and it's hard. It's really hard, but we're working it out.
How do the kids get along with Ink?
Kids love Mr. Ink. Are you kidding me? He's a funzler. He's a personality. He's a radio personality, guys. So he's like this big you guys think I have a big personality? Oh my God. It's like the room is full, and he's really funny. And the kids just love him, and he's young and fun, and he wants to do all of like the go-karting and going to the theme parks, and he's fun.
Now, on a scale of 1 to Candace wearing GNA, how likely are we going to see him on next season of Potomac?
Okay, so Candace wearing
GNA is never going to happen. We'll be seeing him maybe. So what are we?
He's not opposed to it.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. But again, he has his own things going on, and he's just like, he's not one for mess. He's a Capricorn, so he's very, he's very humble when it comes to, and he's very good with money, and he's just like very.
You see, she added in money.
Like, matter of fact, honest, and reality TV. He's like, "What are you doing, kid?" But he does think that this is perfect for me and who I am. But yeah, I think that we will have to see him because it will only make sense. But yeah, maybe he'll pop in here and there.
If and when he does pop in, how do you think the viewers will take to him? And I'm sure that we'll also maybe see you in a different light, being in a different relationship with someone who is seemingly so different than Gordon.
Yeah, he's very different than Gordon. And I think that the viewers are going to love Ink. I mean, in real life, I haven't met a person who doesn't like him. His energy is so kinetic, and he's such a beautiful, anointed individual. I actually want the world to get to know him. I think that we need more of him. And it is different because he spoils me. So, and you guys never get to see that with Gordon. You know,
Yeah,
like I show up at home and there's like the whole room is full of balloons and flowers and.
Oh, so he's giving you the romance.
Ooh, yeah, I'm giving the romance for sure.
I love that. Well, I love there's good vibes going in that relationship because Potomac this season, there's good vibes are always being dismantled. You and Karen, I feel, are the two that are really good at being friendly with everybody.
Yes.
Like you can go have fun with Robin and Giselle as much as Candace and Wendy.
Correct.
How are you in? Is there a world where you and Karen can? I know she's been trying. Bring everybody. What do you see in the future?
I just feel like everybody needs to get it together. You know, like we're grown women here. Why do I have to bring them together? Like you just wake up and say, "Hey, like let's do this. Like let's have some fun. Don't live in misery." You know, and that's the thing. You know, I feel like we should be able in a friend group to say what we want to say and like it or not like it, cuss each other out and keep it trucking. Like on to the next day, right? Like why are we still talking about the same problems?
Right, and I feel like you have sort of found a really good groove in this group and just sort of in the space of reality TV because, you know, not too many seasons ago, you were throwing lettuce at people and now you are potentially the one girl who could mend the fences in Potomac. It's so crazy.
Well, I got to learn, you know, everybody and who they are, and we're all so uniquely different. Like, there's no two of a kind. And, you know, I know how to push fence if I want to. And I feel like they also, like, really, like, don't start anything with me. It won't be anything, you know? And I don't feel like they're really, I think they might be a little scared.
Oh, okay. And because we don't
Girl, nobody's scared of you.
I just want to know, because did anybody start anything with you at the reunion? Or were they scared?
I think they were scared.
Ooh.
I think there was a few that tried it. They tried it.
No.
But I was, you know, sitting on my throne.
Robin said on Watch What Happens Live that she learned more things about your situation with Gordon that she was like a little bit surprised by. So what can you tease about what more viewers and fans will understand about that situation when we finally see the reunion?
So I think it's because the guys came. Gordon does come to the reunion. He does come. And we did need the stage, you know. We found a wig and a skirt for her. I'm just kidding. No, he shared, I'm kidding. He actually opened up and shared some really private, heartfelt things that he wanted the girls to know. And I just think that you guys are in for a really powerful, impactful moment.
I'm glad that you guys were able to have that moment. And a final question. You said the guys come. So Juan arrives?
No. Juan Dixon was not. No.
All right. That's what I think. Okay, that makes sense. This is going to be so fun. And I can't wait, you know. We can't wait to see what happens with Taboo.
Child. No, Juan wasn't there. Juan is everywhere but there for Roberto. Okay. Mia is Mia. Mia is Mia. That's all I got to say to wrap that up, child. Is Mia be Mia.